makes me wanna holler, go away. I need more peace and hope and love. Where do I find it in this crazy old world? I need strategies, strategies for living radio. Your dose of radio rehab. Strategies for living radio. Every time I listen, Lauren and David share strategies for living, and it makes me aware. I got strategies for living, strategies for living radio. Your dose of radio rehab. Strategies for living radio. Your dose of radio rehab. Strategies for living radio.
Hey, are you ready? You ready for your daily dose? Your daily dose of radio rehab. I certainly hope so.
Oh, I'm vibing. I am ready.
You're ready, huh? Well, here it comes. Here it comes. We are presented by the Robinson Film Center and Azalea Cleaners and Pintail Roofing and Learning RX. And, of course, the Balanced Life Wellness Center here on 101.7 FM, 710 Keel.
That's right.
Yeah, and I mentioned the Balanced Life Wellness Center last because we got big happenings, you know.
Do we ever?
Yeah, and in fact, we're recording right here. Stacie Slabaugh is right here with us. Hey, Stacie.
Hi.
And we're going to talk about this Saturday is going to be very, very special here at the Balanced Life Wellness Center, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's going to be food and fun,
And
more
healing
food.
and community.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
that healing in community. We're going to talk a lot about that today.
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll hear all about that today. And, you know, Stacie, what a special place the Balanced Life Wellness Center is. You can feel it as soon as you walk into the door.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And so we want everybody listening to us to come in this Saturday. Now, jot this down. This coming Saturday, the doors open at 12 noon, and there's going to be a presentation. We're going to talk about that in detail today. As I mentioned, there's going to be food. Oh, you might want to jot down where the Balanced Life Wellness Center is. It's at 115 Kings Highway. Everybody knows where Strong's is.
Yes.
Everybody knows where Centenary College
Know
is,
where to
right?
get that pie.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, come to mention it, Saturday.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can come to the Balanced Life Wellness Center.
He thinks
and,
he can eat pie and then come over
And then
here
come
and
get
just
well.
readjusted.
Well,
Yeah.
you mean I can't?
Get
Oh.
him,
I'm not sure it works
get himself
that way.
unpied.
Oh, okay. Well, even
I mean,
if
you can have your pie, but
okay, thank
I don't
you.
know if I can work enough magic to.
Well, yeah. Even if you can't, you know, maybe I can talk her into letting me have some pie. We've got a lot to talk about today, folks. About the Balanced Life Wellness Center. We're here with Stacie Slabaugh. We're going to learn all about it today. We're going to learn about bioenergetics. What? Bioenergetics. We're going to learn all about it, and you can too. Come back here on Strategies for a Living today. Lauren and David, we're here with Stacie. We're coming back. You come back with us here on Strategies.
Hi, this is Jay Merle for Pintail Roofing. Let's talk about quality. When you hire Pintail to build your roof, here's what you can expect. Quality and quality control are the most important concerns for us at Pintail, and you need to know that Pintail stands tall with swift and professional performance on any warranty call. This is our most important policy. And remember, we're your neighbors. We'll be here for you for the long haul. Our family's lived here for over 100 years, and we aren't going anywhere. On the commercial side of Pintail's business, our fluid-applied roofing solutions can save thousands of dollars over conventional commercial roofing options. Call Pintail at 226-ROOF for a free inspection of your home or commercial building. That's 226-7663. Pintail Roofing. What's the condition of your roof?
And welcome into 101.7 FM, 710 Keel. Welcome into Strategies for Living. Dr. David McMillan here, and psychotherapist, PLPC Leon McMillan there.
Over here.
Yeah.
Right here.
Now, Stacie Slabaugh is the owner and the
proprietor?
the creator and the provider and all of that here
All the
at the
things.
Balanced Life Wellness Center. You two guys actually had some classes together in graduate school.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Took you a minute to figure that out.
To figure that out.
Yeah.
But we did.
But Stacie, your background is when you started on this path, you are actually, and I need to forgive me, it's Dr. Stacie.
Yes.
So you have a master's degree in counseling.
Well, I have a master's degree in business.
Okay.
And my MBA.
Yep.
And
then a
I went back
PhD.
to get
Yeah.
my doctorate's degree, and I had maxed out all the business classes, and they said, you got to aim this somewhere else because there's nothing more for you to take.
So you aimed it at counseling.
Yes, so I aimed it at counseling.
Wow.
So that's how we had classes.
Yeah, that's how we
Okay.
had classes
I
together.
was-
So I was
yeah.
in with Lauren in her Master's of Counseling program.
Right.
But I was working on my doctorate's degree.
When did you decide? When did it hit you? Was it a slow evolving that I'm going to do because you this is fantastic. The Balanced Life Wellness Center, folks. It's at 115 Kings Highway. It's right next door to Strong's, right across the street from Centenary College. And so did it bubble up all of a sudden? Oh, I got to do this, or did it kind of bubble and evolve? How did this come to be?
Yes and no and yes, and just like normal life, it took
Yeah.
I actually had the vision for something very similar to the space that I'm in now. I had a vision for it between 20 and 30 years ago.
Oh wow!
And knew that ultimately I wanted to get that direction, but had a lot of baggage, had a lot of stuff going on.
Took a while.
Took a while to
Took
get
a little
there, yeah.
healing in between.
So it took a lot of healing
Yeah.
in the midst, in between, and so I was in business. I just aimed it in business, but I was a manager. I was a mentor.
Right.
I dealt with people and employees, did a lot of, quote, counseling,
Yep.
and things of that nature. So I had that in my background, and the psychology ran all through all of my
Of course.
degrees.
Yeah.
But I was still in business nonetheless, and started my doctorate's degree thinking I was going to stay in business. And it was while working on my doctorate's degree in 2017 that this kind of blew up out of everything.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. It's interesting when I finished with my undergraduate degree, and I was in radio. I was in the radio business, and it took a few minutes. Took maybe about 10 years
Yeah.
before I decided, okay, time to go back and get a graduate degree. What's it going to be in? At first, I thought, oh, Mom, I'll go to an MBA. But then, the spirits conspired, and I ended up in graduate school for counseling. Well, of course, what you've got to do then is you've got to, get your transcripts together and, submit them. And it wasn't until then that I started counting all of the electives that I had done back in my bachelor's in business. And I actually, it shocked me because I had enough psychology, I could have had a double major.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it. I was just taking what interested
I
me.
literally did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And I did teach. So I went back to get my doctorate's degree because I thought I was going to teach.
Right.
And
That's what you originally wanted to do.
That was what I originally wanted to do.
Yeah.
And so in that, when I had to aim it at counseling, I fell in love with a lot of aspects of that. Some not so much, but a lot of the aspects of the counseling, I fell in love with it. And I had that psychology background all the way through.
Right.
But somewhere around there, too, I was teaching at a small local community college and for about 3 to 4 years.
Right.
And I was teaching business. And they actually came to me, I guess one of the deans, actually came to me and said, we were looking at your transcripts and everything, and you have so much psychology that you're actually qualified to teach.
To teach
For
psychology.
only freshman level. I couldn't go any higher than that.
Yeah.
But you're actually qualified to teach freshman level psychology. So they had me teaching psychology because in my business degrees, I had so much.
Absolutely.
I had enough hours that
Absolutely.
I qualified. So, yeah.
And folks, you're going to want to take advantage this Saturday of learning what the Balanced Life Wellness Center
And meeting
is all
Stacie
about.
and you know,
Yeah.
seeing what all she's created.
And
And what
it's-
we can all co-create together.
Co-create
Yeah.
together. Yes, absolutely.
It's fabulous. Now, if you've been here for a while, you've been hearing me talk, okay, it's next door to Strawn's. But if you've been here for a while, you will remember this location. If you're older, you'll remember it as Shreveport Music. But if you're like me and really old, you will remember this location as Centenary Hardware. If you needed a gadget, I don't care what it was,
This was
you
the
could
place to
just
get
show up here. And even if you didn't need the gadget, I mean, everybody was friendly and you get a cup of coffee and talk about widgets. I don't know. And they had lots of them here, And downstairs, they fix lawnmowers
They
and
fix-
stuff.
yeah.
They fix stuff.
Yeah.
So, it occurs to me, this location, you're still fixing stuff.
Still fixing stuff. Yes,
yeah.
I am.
So it's
I'm
almost a
hoping to-
combination of the previous two,
The
right?
previous two.
Fixing
It really
and
is.
I
music.
haven't really put those pieces together.
Yeah.
but
Shreveport
using
music was all about vibration
Yeah.
and sound and music and healing that way. Because, music is healing.
Absolutely.
And then before that, this location was, where you came to get things fixed
things fixed, yeah.
and to find things that would fix things. You're
doing
You're
both.
doing
Yes.
that right here at the Balanced Life.
Pretty amazing. What I have
Interesting.
not made that connection. That is, thank you, Lauren. That is a good connection. Yes.
So,
And it's amazing how life works that way. How
Yes.
And how a space
how it
contains a story.
that story,
Yeah.
and that I'm the one that came here to.
You're
just
you're
followed
meriting.
suit.
yeah, the synergy of life,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Yeah. Okay, so this coming Saturday, everything starts at noon. Doors open at noon. At 12:30, you're going to do, and by the way, there'll be food here.
Right.
There'll be stuff to water to drink. The presentation is going to be an intro to bioenergetics. Now, I don't want you to give your presentation. I want people to come on Saturday and hear it, but I want people to be able to understand so that they are here Saturday. What's important about, what do I really need to understand to know to get me here Saturday about bioenergetics? Why should it be intriguing to all of us?
Bioenergetics takes things to the next level. It is the stuff that we did not learn in school. We
Yeah.
have not been taught. We
Yep.
are in the midst of a paradigm shift. The paradigm shift has been coming on, I would say, since after 2010, sometime in the last decade.
Right.
We have been going through a paradigm shift, and there has been a lot of research.
Right.
David and Lauren, you know about this. You've read a lot of it yourselves. But there have been a lot of research into how the body works.
Right.
And with new questions being asked and advances in technology and new tools being made and new tools being advanced, we are finding out more and more, having absolute proof of more and more about the human body than we ever had before.
We're understanding more and more, and that understanding is growing every day.
Yes.
I mean, some of us, used to watch those incredible old Star Trek, where, the doctor
Would
would
wave
just wave this instrument.
Well,
And it's almost like that now.
We're pretty close.
Yeah.
We're pretty close to that. We
but
really
it just
are.
doesn't look the way we expect it to look, right?
Yeah. It doesn't look like that. It
No.
doesn't look like anything. And, if you are older, so I'm 51, if you are, if you grew up under a certain way of thinking, and so I will get into my presentation eras, era 1, era 2, and era 3. But we grew up really in era 1 and then kind of got into era 2, and we're still stuck there.
Yeah.
And we watched shows like Star Trek,
Right, right.
or the sci-fi
Right.
television
And dreamed
shows,
about
and
possibilities.
Dreamed about these possibilities,
Yeah.
and so in our mind, I would say if you're above 40, in our mind, that is sci-fi.
Yeah.
The stuff I'm doing, the stuff we're getting into,
Yeah.
that is proven, and it is now science. Our minds are still trained to think that it's sci-fi, that it's woo-woo,
Yeah.
that it's
Yeah.
just out there, that it's something for TV land, and it's not. It's
But
here
here's
and
the
it's
deal.
real.
You can feel that it's not.
Yes, you can.
I mean, and that's my next question to you. How is this thing called bioenergetics going to help my sore knee, my hurting back, my aching back and hips? Can bioenergetics help that?
Absolutely. So I've told the story on here before, but I have people. So we don't really. We're still stuck. And I'm not asking people to. We don't want to give up our physical therapy, our allopathic doctors. Right?
We don't have to.
We don't have to.
Yeah.
So I have now actually numerous clients that are like, I still want to go to physical therapy. I'm still going to my doctor, but that hasn't really been helping. So why not give this a shot? What can you do? And we're taking it here to the next level.
Yep.
So the combination of the traditional and the next level,
Right.
Is magical.
It's
and
truly
working.
truly complementary.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
And it's whole. It's holistic.
It's yes.
Yeah.
What I'm doing is extremely holistic.
Because it's a combination not just of allopathic medicine and energy medicine, but with your background, but also with the biofield tuning aspect. There's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of counseling involved, a lot of psychology of the psyche, because you're healing it at the base level of energetics.
And that is exactly what I will get into in my presentation, is how all of that is connected,
Right.
And how every modality that I practice affects the emotions, affects your emotions, helps you to heal your emotions.
Yeah.
And so I go deeper into that into the presentation, but it is really all about the emotions.
And that presentation that Stacie is talking about is this Saturday. You want to be here at noon at the Balanced Life Wellness Center. Come see what this is all about. 115 Kings Highway, right next door to Strawn's, right across the street from Centenary College. The presentation's at 12:30, but the open house is going to be for a while. And there's going to be stuff to snack on, stuff to eat, and water to drink. And you're going to learn about biofield therapy and the emotion code and experience the sound lounge. We'll talk about that as Strategies continues. But be here this Saturday at the Balanced Life Wellness Center. We'll be right back here on Strategies for Living. Come back with us. You're going to see the difference. When you go to Azalea Cleaners, you'll hear about it too. Azalea Cleaners has been fine dry cleaning since 1958, plus laundry, alterations and repairs, comforters, wedding gown cleaning and restoration. You'll hear about it from your friends because they'll see it too. They'll notice the Azalea difference. Azalea is convenient. 732 Azalea Drive, 9220 Ellerby Road, and 9227 Mansfield Road. Plus, the front door of your home or business with Azalea's delivery on demand. Just text SETUP to 249-8283, and Azalea will pick up your clothes and deliver them back clean and fresh to you. You can't get closer than that. That's the Azalea difference. You'll notice it right away. Others will too. The Azalea difference. Fine dry cleaning since 1958. Text SETUP to 249-8283 and get the Azalea difference. AzaleaCleaners.com.
Tune in daily, find the light. Healthy mind and spirits bright. Strategies for living strong. Feel the vibe, it won't go wrong. Body moves and soul align. Catch the rhythm, feel the time. Radio we have every day. Chase those clouds of gray away. Your daily dose of radio.
Welcome back. Welcome back into 101.7 FM, 710 Keel. Welcome back into Strategies for Living. Lauren Leon McMillan, David McMillan with Stacie Slabaugh today here at the Balanced Life Wellness Center, 115 Kings Highway, right next door to Strong's, right across the street from Centenary College. This Saturday, that's October the 19th, this Saturday, 12 noon, come join us for the wonderful open house. There's going to be a presentation on bioenergetics at 12:30 that Stacie's going to share with us. It's all free. We want you to come and experience all that is here for you at Balanced Life Wellness Center, and hope you will come. The weather, we were talking before we started, the weather is changing a bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Feeling like
that's a wonderful thing to feel it. It felt wonderful, walking out Wednesday morning, to the 40-degree weather. Wow, what a change, right? I know it's going to get hot again before it gets cool again, but I mean, but along with the weather that begins to change, we begin to sniff and sniffle, and some of our allergies, kind of get stirred up. Anything happening at the Balanced Life that might be able to help my allergies?
Well, so that is really what bioenergetics is all about.
Really?
Yes. So
Okay.
bioenergetics is about our energy source.
Yeah.
Our energy strength,
Yeah.
and our energy flow. And so we've talked before about sound, and so
Yeah.
obviously that's biofield tuning. But in the bioenergetic wellness software that I use, it's another hand cradle, that's about information.
Right.
And so what happens with allergies is that somewhere our information gets distorted. And so for everything to flow and move through our body correctly, it takes information, data, just like anything else to work properly. And our data, whether it's through DNA, through inheritance, or whether something we encountered in the world or a trauma or anything, our information gets distorted. And it says, this is a toxin. This is a problem.
Right.
And it could be our mind. Lauren and I talked about that just a second ago. It could be an allergy to an idea or a situation, person.
I can have those too.
You can have those too. That's mental, right?
Okay.
That's the mental and emotional.
Okay.
But it can also be that the pathways, something is distorted in the information so that it doesn't get from point A to point B correctly, or that
Something is blocked
the
in there.
information says, hey, this is a toxin, release all these histamines to blow it away. And if we correct that information, then
Then there's
suddenly
no need for the
there's no need for the
histamines,
histamines, right?
And the histamine is, what's happening at a physical level.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
So the
causing the
cascades,
achus.
The biochemical response is driven by the bioenergetic response, which in part is information.
Yeah. And that's the level that you deal at.
Yes.
And that's the exciting thing about what's going on at Balanced Life Wellness Center, and why folks you want to come and experience it. So there's so much here. Now, if I've tried other things, if I've tried my medical doctor and I've tried chiropractic, maybe I've even tried something like acupressure or massage. Some of us have tried a lot of things, and we are going, nothing works.
Right.
What do you say to that with bioenergetics and the other things that you're doing here?
I say give it a shot. Come in and let me see if I can help you. I don't promise or make any guarantees, but I'm pretty much at 100% positive response rate.
That is fantastic.
All of my clients feel the difference. And like I said earlier, they may keep doing a protocol or a traditional protocol or something that they like, and so we don't ask you to stop that. Even chiropractic, this goes beautifully with chiropractic. So if you have a chiropractor that you go see and love, perfect. You don't have to stop that. Come see if
But
going to the next level.
it can be added to it.
Added
It
to
can
it,
bring
yes.
you. It can bring the healing to kind of a different level, if you will.
Yes.
All of a sudden, if you loosen some things up energetically, your chiropractor is going to feel that difference and be able to help you.
Yes.
More, yeah.
So can your physical therapist. So could your medical doctor, et cetera,
Right.
and on and on.
And I guess maybe the shifting point and what helps me to take it to that next level is that I do have training in helping you deal with your emotions. And that is a huge part of any healing journey. It doesn't matter where your pain is or what the problem is. So I love chiropractors, but they don't have that emotional training, so
Right.
they can really break some stuff up and shift some stuff and get stuff going. But you still have all these emotions and these traumas and all these blockages in the body that are going to come back and settle back in.
Is it a difficult process to get to them, Stacie? In other words, from your end, is it you've got to be one part detective
Yes.
in what you do?
Yes.
Do you have to? Is it hard? Is it hard to do all that detective work?
I would say it depends on the person.
Yeah.
It depends on how locked down they are, how
Okay.
open they are. I can feel it in everybody. I can get to it.
Yep.
But I'm never going to push anybody. I'm never going
Right.
to push anybody past their comfort point.
Somebody's got to be. A person has to be. A person has to be ready.
Yes, they have to be ready
Yeah.
to do it. And so the sound, just take biofield tuning or even the Bioenergetic Wellness Program, all of that will work on its own. But it is somewhat limited. And if you will allow me to go into that emotional component, then it works so much faster and so much freer the more open you become and the more we can really work on those emotional blockages, those traumas, the faster your healing journey will be.
So that's one of the things that's going to happen here Saturday. Is there's going to be some kind of 10-minute experiences. People who come, first come, first serve. But you're going to do as many of them as you can and give people 10-minute experiences and live demonstrations of biofield tuning as well as emotion codes, a little bit about emotion codes. Also the Sound Lounge.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
What's the Sound Lounge?
Incredible. So some people actually, this little 10-minute program that you'll lay down and experience, it actually immediately makes some people cry. I was one the first time I laid on it. I mean, it just, because the point of this particular program is to get that quick experience of how much sound and vibration affects your emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point, is that sound and vibration pulls out and stirs up and begins to move and release those blockages of emotions. And so the Sound Lounge, this program is really... I say it makes you cry, but you don't walk away depressed or sad.
No, it's
Right.
You're just like,
catharsis, yeah.
wow, I just never
opens-
imagined.
Yeah, it opens
Yeah.
possibilities
Yes.
within you.
It's a
And
release.
so you're excited, and it's a release, and you're more energized, while you might have some tears running down your face. Just kind of like, holy cow, that's
Yeah.
powerful.
As I'm listening to you, I'm kind of, in my mind, in the beginning was the word. Yeah. And I'm just wondering, how much of it really goes back to
I think it all goes back.
think it all
resonance
goes-
and vibration.
Just
and
about
frequency.
every religion, I want to say every, but I'd probably be wrong in that. But just about every religion has a creation story
Sound.
that starts with sound.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
And that's no
their gods
coincidence.
sang it into the
Yeah.
world, spoke it into the world. If you even think about the atheistic viewpoint, what do atheists believe?
Right.
In the big
Bang.
Bang.
Which is a
Oh.
sound.
which is
Yeah.
sound, that somehow something
an
happened
explosion.
and it exploded with
Yeah.
sound.
Yeah.
So every belief system, the world came into being through sound. So,
And what do we first do when we come into the world, too, right?
yep, what are we waiting for our babies to do but to make
Scream
that
and
sound?
cry.
Make the first
Yeah.
sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we know they're okay.
Right.
Now, so you're working with that energy. You're working off the body, but also on the body in some
In some
cases.
cases.
Yeah.
And you're using your instrumentation with the biofield tuning. Actually, I know they're a lot more sophisticated than the tuning forks that we may
That
have
used
been
to be here in
exposed to.
Shreveport music, right?
Yeah. Where you tune to them, but but they look very.
It's basically a similar concept.
yeah.
These are just made much more sturdy.
Right.
Right. I mean,
Handmade
it's
and-
like a medical instrument at that point. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the precision.
The precision of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
the
other
accuracy.
precision piece is where you aim. And so you're using some of the acupuncture points in the
biofield tuning, we don't really use the acupuncture points, the meridians. And I do work with the meridians some, but I don't necessarily put the forks on those points.
Okay.
There are sound therapy methods that do that, use
Right.
those acupressure
Right.
points. We don't in biofield tuning. It's really kind of guided by energy in your body as to where
So you're picking up on that energy in terms of
where that pressure and where that sound is needed.
Gotcha.
And a lot of it just has to do with just nerves. There may be a nerve that, and my forks, if I put them in a certain place, they'll actually start just move. My hand, I'll figure out that my hand just moved over, and I know that means okay, that your body just asked for that, because the forks are an electromagnetic phenomenon. They really are,
Right.
and so they are working in your electromagnetic field, which I will talk more about in my presentation. But they are working in conjunction with your electromagnetic field, and they produce electromagnetics. So just like a magnet,
It's drawing.
it will pull, it
Yeah.
will draw to where it needs to go.
And that presentation is going to be this Saturday, right here at the Balanced Life Wellness Center, 115 Kings Highway, right next door to Strong's, across from Centenary College. October the 19th, this Saturday. Doors open at noon. Presentations at 12:30. You can come experience and get live demos of biofield tuning and emotion code sessions, experience the sound lounge, and just feel the healing and the ambiance here at the Balanced Life Wellness Center. This Saturday, be here at 12 noon. We'll be here with you. But come back now, because Stacie Slabaugh is, she's educating us, as she always does when she comes as a life strategist here on Strategies for Living. We'll be right back. Dealing with stress, pain, feel like you're running out of options? When your life is balanced, wellness is a given. True wellness is holistic. It's about the mind, the body, and the spirit, all in balance. Now, there's a place right here in Shreveport that's all about helping us achieve peak mental, emotional, and physical health. The Balanced Life, 117 Kings Highway, right next door to Strong's. Come see and feel the difference getting your life in balance can be. Many of your friends and neighbors have already learned the difference less stress and pain mean in their lives. You can book a discovery session right now online, thebalancedlife.us. All you've got to lose is stress, pain, or maybe both. Come see and feel for yourself the real difference balanced wellness makes. The Balanced Life Wellness Center, 117 Kings Highway in Shreveport, next door to Strong's, thebalancedlife.us. And welcome back. Welcome back into 1017 FM, 710 Keel, and Strategies for Living. Lauren Leon McMillan, David McMillan, Stacie Slabaugh, our life strategist today from the Balanced Life Wellness Center, and a big goings on this Saturday, all starting at 12 noon. The presentation's at 12:30. If you're curious, and I hope you are, because it will be healing and healthy for you to be curious about bioenergetics. And you can come find out all about it. It's free, and there's food, and you'll feel it when you walk into the doors here at Balanced Life Wellness Center, 115 Kings Highway. I tell you what would be a great idea is go to balancedlife.us. That's the website, and register. It's all free, but if we have an idea of how many folks are coming, make sure we get enough food.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Plus, Stacie might get you something in the deal if you pre-register.
Yes,
Ooh.
right. Pre-register. There's a little freebie in there.
Ooh, all right.
Special thank you for pre-registering, $50 value.
Oh, all right, all right, and you'll be able to see that, see what that's about too,
Yes. Yes.
when you come. Yep. So, definitely go register so you get that. Everybody loves free.
Everybody loves free.
All right. So at balancedlife.us. When you go, it'll be obvious where to register for the open house.
Yeah.
But don't, whether you register or not, please come. Please come this Saturday.
Absolutely.
And experience. I mean, it's not going to take much out of your day, and all of us. I mean, there are none of us that are listening right now that don't have something going on within ourselves, or we know and love someone who has something going on within them, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're all on a healing journey.
Every single one of us.
We should be.
Yeah.
Everybody
What was
should be.
your experience?
Oh, my
Lauren,
gosh.
at you've just started.
Yeah. I came by to see
I've
Stacie.
got a session later in the week,
I
so
roped him into it, I think, with all my...
I'm excited about this.
my
But what was
sounds
your
and
what was your
praises.
experience?
It was, in a phrase, otherworldly,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but also grounding.
Yes.
Right? Okay, so it's one of those things where as soon as I got off the table, I literally felt lighter. Like I felt physically lighter. And then afterwards, now remember, Stacie didn't touch me at all, right? She's
Right.
got the tuning forks.
Right.
But later in the day, I felt like I had a physical massage. Like
Really?
things had been rubbed out. Yeah. Yeah, you know that feeling you get after you have a really good sports massage.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of a soreness, but it's a nice soreness
Yeah, it's a-
because it's things coming out.
Yeah.
I experienced that.
A sonic massage.
And it's funny, because after my session with Stacie kind of mentioned, she asked me a question and I don't even remember what it was, but she's like, "Oh, you're high, just come back." And then when I came home, to you said the same thing, and I was
Yeah.
like, I hadn't even. And high isn't.
But folks,
really,
she got home okay. She drove. She drove home.
I made it safely because it was a combination. So it was a highness, but it was a grounded highness.
Oh, that's a good way to say it.
It was
Yeah.
a fullness. I felt whole. It felt
Perfect.
wholer, like I could hold more of me.
And that is really the intention. Part of the intention with all of it is integrating.
Yeah.
Reintegrating. So we have pieces of ourselves. Every emotional event we have, everything that happens in life, we all have things that happen in life. None of us are above that or beyond that.
Right.
We all have things that have happened in life.
That's life.
It's life. That's
Yeah.
that's part of the human experience. Nobody is better or above or beyond having these experiences. And a lot of them, we just keep trucking through life. We got to keep going. We got to do the best we
hide 'em
can.
away. We tuck
so
'em
we
away.
think
Yeah.
we tuck them away or shoo them away. I tell
Right.
a lot of people, we just go, and we do our hands
Right.
out. And we think I'm too busy for that. I'm too good for that. I'm too whatever for that. And
I'm
I think
over
we
that now.
shoo it away and just keep on trucking. And it found a home in your body. It found a home in your body, and it found a home in your electromagnetic field, in your biofield.
And when it finds a home in the body, then for some of us, not 100%, but for some of us, it eventually expresses
It will-
as some physical
At
symptom.
some point, it will always express.
Okay, that's an always.
Yes,
Okay.
that's an always. I mean, it may take
about
10
when.
years or 20 years, right? So if you're a little more on the younger side, and, it just hasn't, something you experienced in childhood or early adulthood, it hasn't quite carved its way into the body where it's settled in and it's ready to burst. And part of that too is a layering. So we may be able to handle the first traumatic event, but we don't get rid of all those experiences. They've now nestled in an organ or somewhere in the body or somewhere
Right.
in the field. And then we have another event. And now some of those emotions have nestled in. And then we have another event and some of those emotions have nestled in. And so they're scattered about. I explain it if I have time, David, real quick.
Yeah.
I explain it if you're old enough and you used to have to defrag your computer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah.
and so you could physically see
They
on
would
the
show you-
screen.
they would show you. Yeah.
you these red and green dots like scattered all over the place, and so you go through the defrag process, and it scoops them all up and puts them and integrates them into one big chunk.
Right.
So that now you have all this free space out here, and your computer thinks it has more space because now it's not searching in and finding a little hole somewhere, like, oh, let me go here, let me go here. Now it says, oh, I've got all this open space.
So that's a wonderful metaphor for what you actually facilitate.
I'm defragging you.
Yeah, I love
Well,
it.
and the beautiful thing is your ability through, the combination of the art and the science. You're using the energetics, but you've also got the emotions and the psychology portion, that we're able to really speed through, really move the emotions, move what needs to be moved in a faster way. Yeah. I mean, because,
Absolutely.
So I know that you've been open now at this location for
About a year and a half
about
now.
a year and a half, and so things have just built organically, and your practice has grown. You're pretty busy.
Yes.
And so one of the neat things, though, that I like is you can go online. Again, it's thebalancedlife.us, and you can figure out, you've got it an appointment system figured out where you can book your own appointment and get all of that taken care of.
Yes.
So you just show up and get ready for the healing.
Yes,
you know.
absolutely. And that is the best way to do it. Of course, people can call. But I do really like if you can book your own, because I have kids and grandbabies and work, and
Of course.
usually with clients. And so I am pretty busy. I will call you back, David. You know that.
I know that. for a
I will
fact.
return the call, but a lot of times I can't answer the phone right then.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for that, and that's because when this Saturday's going to be a little different because it's come and see, but when you do a session, it's very private,
Yes, very private.
and so you're here and it's safe, and there aren't intrusions or anything.
Right. So
like
when
that.
a lot of people come in and they see the bigness of the space, the
Right.
spaciousness, and I have had people ask me, well, wait, who's going to be there? Who's going to be in that
Right.
room? Because I do have these different rooms where I practice the different things. But you're in here by yourself.
Right.
We're in here together. There's no one else in here, so it is very private.
That is important to know. What also is important to know is this Saturday, you got to come. This Saturday, 12 noon, the doors open. Stacie's going to give a presentation on bioenergetics at 12:30. There's going to be food. Please register at balancedlife.us so we have enough food for you. But register or not, come on. Come on to the Balanced Life Wellness Center this Saturday, 12 noon. It's at 115 Kings Highway, right next door to Strawn's, right across from Centenary College. We'll be back here on Strategies for Living in just a moment. Hey, let's talk about the Robinson Film Center. I say it a lot. There's no place like the Robinson.
Absolutely, there is not.
617 Texas Street, downtown Shreveport. You've got so much. You got the movies. You got Abby Singer's Bistro on the second floor of RFC, open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Saturday.
Newly remodeled.
Absolutely. Great menu. RobinsonFilmCenter.org is the way you check it all out. You can go to RobinsonFilmCenter.org at any time and find out what movies are showing. Here's the deal. You want to join the crowd, join the fun, become a member. When you become a member, you become a star. You get discounts on movies, you get concession upgrades, you get bistro deals. RFC, 617 Texas Street in downtown Shreveport. I'll say it again. There's no place like the Robinson.
There is not, and I'm glad we have one right here.
Absolutely. The RobinsonFilmCenter.org.
Reading begins not in the classroom, but in your child's brain. I'm Donisa Walker with Learning RX Shreveport. If your child struggles to read, maybe he or she has trouble focusing or comprehending, Learning RX Shreveport offers a science solution to reading problems, working one-on-one with your child, targeting his or her reading skills. Today, call Learning RX Shreveport. Make an appointment to have your child assessed. I know you want to help your child, so does Learning RX Shreveport.
And welcome back. Welcome back into 101.7 FM, 710 Keel. Welcome back into Strategies for Living. Lauren, David, and Stacie Slabaugh from the Balanced Life Wellness Center, 115 Kings Highway. And we're going to see you here Saturday. I hope everything starts at 12 noon. Stacie, what do you really want to leave us with? Whether folks can come, and we hope as many people listening will come this Saturday. Please register if you can, balancelife.us. But what do you want to tell people? What do you want to leave people with today about what you do, the work you do, and about the Balanced Life Wellness Center?
Without disparaging, of course, any traditional or allopathic doctors, anyone else, if you have a problem, emotional or physical, and you have been going to doctors or searching solutions and have not found them yet, please give me a try.
There you go. And a good time to do that is this coming Saturday, because you're going to be able to walk in here. Now, of course, you're not going to have time to do sessions this Saturday, but you're going to get a feel of what the Balanced Life Wellness Center is all about. You'll get to kind of feel the healing and the ambiance here. You'll get to know a little bit about biofield tuning and about the emotion code and about the sound lounge. You'll even be able to experience some of that, because you're going to do kind of mini sessions and demonstrations of that stuff. And so you're going to be able to really know a whole lot more about what the center is all about. Thank you for doing this.
Yes.
Thank you for being a great life strategist, as always. Thank you for your sponsorship of Strategies for Living. We're delighted you are partnering with us.
I'm glad I can support you. I love what you do.
Thank you. Folks, thank you. Thank you for being a part of Strategies for Living. We can do it because of you and our wonderful sponsors, the Robinson Film Center and Azalea Cleaners, and Pintail Roofing, and Learning RX, and of course, the Balanced Life Wellness Center. If today were the last day of your life, you only had one more phone call that you could make, who would you call? And what would you say? And why are you waiting? Make the call. For Lauren Leon McMillan, for Stacie Slabaugh, I'm David McMillan. See you next time, right here on Strategies for Living.